For homicide detectives, the clock starts ticking the moment they are called.
Whoever shot him in the back walked up on him and assassinated him.
Do you know who we are, man? Do you know who the we are?
Putting the gun away. Hold on a second. He's got a gun, man. Be careful.
This one.
Their chance of solving a murder is cut in half
He's over there.
if they don't get a lead
No casings, no blood, nothing.
within the first 48 hours.
We need to get this guy in here today.
This is the case from hell.
Do y'all remember when I told y'all that the first 48 hours of the Dallas Cowboys free agency was going to set the tone for what we're going to see the Dallas Cowboys get ready to do or not do getting into the draft? Well, are you happy with the moves that the Cowboys have made? Good evening, y'all. It's your boy B Jizzle. We are live to recap the first 48. That's right. We got any first 48 fans out there? I know I've watched first 48. Did y'all see that bus intro there with our guy Steven Jones? Well, the Cowboys are making moves in the first 48. We're getting some crimes and some cases solved. So let me welcome my forensic scientist to the show. What's my girl Kelz with the intel? How we doing this evening?
Good, can't complain.
I know you got plenty of intel to share with us here tonight. We got a lot to unpack as we bring our special guest to the show, Charles the Truth. He got a thing or two to say about the free agency. How we doing today, Charles?
What up, B Jizzle, man? I'm happy and blessed to be here, man.
That's what's up. Appreciate everybody tapping in. What's up, top? We see y'all tapping in. Come on now. Y'all know what to do. Raise the bar. Where's the Cowboy fans at that want to talk about free agency? I need y'all to tap in. Y'all make sure y'all send this video to somebody in a DM. Make sure you share and like this video. Jumpstart this algorithm so more fans can join us. We've got a lot to unpack here tonight. We're recapping the first 48 of free agency, really kind of the first 72. We're going to talk about some of the signings, some folks that got away. Like we just got some breaking news that Rico Dowdle is taking his services to the Carolina Panthers. So I did tell y'all here once before that if Rico was to take his services to another team, I think we're going to draft at least 2 running backs. So do I still got that same kind of energy from you, Charles? How are you feeling about the running back situation? Are we going deep in this running back draft class at 2 or how many?
2. We're definitely going 2.
What's your feedback or reactions right there real quick as the Rico Dowdle news has broken about him taking his services to the Carolina Panthers?
You know, I'm excited for him, happy for him. I was very happy what he did in Dallas, and I wish him nothing but the best there in Carolina. And I'm unfortunately sad to see him go, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's time to move forward with somebody new coming here in Dallas, and I'm excited about that as well.
So let me just toss it over to my girl. Rico has taken his services to another team because I was going to ask you tonight because this class is deep with running back, and we've said 2. Are you still kind of feeling the same way with Rico taking us? And then let us know how you feel about Rico going to Carolina, Kelz.
Can you post that picture up, please?
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead. Oh, no, not your
Don't
boo.
cry. Don't cry.
Is it one of her boos?
Is that your boo?
He's one of my boos.
Man, you got a lot of boos.
I know. I got a whole harem of boos.
There he goes. There goes Rico, and there goes her boo, Kelz.
All right. So I am going to miss him. He's a real cool dude. If you have never been around him within close quarters to him like I have been, so I can say y'all have lived vicariously through me. He's going home. He's heading back home to Carolina. The only thing I can say with the whole Rico Dowdle departure is him and his agent outpriced themselves out the market at the beginning of the legal tampering, which was Monday. There were some teams that was interested in him, but not for what they wanted. So it could have either been the price or the years of service.
Okay.
So those are 2 of the options that could have happened. Yeah. Carolina was never in the play. They came out the left gate with that. So I guess after they seen what has happened, they lowered their price to the $6 million mark, which is for a 1-year deal. That still means Carolina is still into play.
Yeah, because they got Chuba Hubbard over there, so he's essentially going over there to be an RB2.
He's pro.
Right, but they're still in. They're still in play for a running back.
That pick number 9.
But also, what people also need to realize too is maybe Rico wanted to leave because he felt some kind of way after last season with McCarthy and Jeff Blasco, who was the RB coach, not trusting them because they went the awful running back by committee.
Well, now that you bring that up, let me just ask you about that, because Jordan Lewis took his services to a different team too, and the Cowboys got in front of that as we talk about the free agency recap here. One of the ones that got away that the Cowboys said they wanted to sign, Jordan Lewis, got away. So what's your thoughts on the Jordan Lewis situation?
Oh, my boo.
Not another one, Charles. How many balls he got, man?
I know, man. Damn.
Listen, and I sent you that picture of me and J. Lou as well.
Right, this one right here, J. Lou. That's what I want to ask you. That's your J. Lou, your boo number 2?
Yes, that's one of my boos. He deserves to get paid.
That's what I said. I said the same thing.
Yeah, highest paid cornerback in the league now, right, over there in Jacksonville.
Right, and he's coming in as a starter.
I mean, the Cowboys, we all know the Cowboys weren't finna pay that. So for everybody that's tapping in saying that Jerry Jones is dumpster diving, look, man, 6 to 7 APY on the contract. Pay attention to James Slater, baby. If you know how the business operates in the Cowboys land, you won't be mad when we don't go sign these big name free agents. Look, we're trying to fill a 53-man roster here. My girl Kelz is telling you about when we lose some guy that we're going to pay top dollar for. We weren't finna pay Jordan Lewis all that type of money. Right, Kelz?
Yeah, because he would have taken a chunk out of this year's and next year's cap space.
Right, and we got to worry about Mr. Dak and CD next year on top of that. So fans are not paying attention on that as well.
So what's your thoughts on the Jordan Lewis taking his services to Jacksonville situation, Charles?
I'm happy. I'm happy for Jordan Lewis. I love him in Dallas. He is definitely a dog, and I'm definitely going to miss him in Dallas. He did well for us, and he deserves to get paid. Unfortunately, his services are going to Jacksonville, and we could not, meet the needs of him money wise. So he's in Jacksonville, and we're going to miss him here in Dallas because he was definitely good for our defense.
Got you. And Kelz, how about is this your boo too? I mean, because now the Tank has taken his services up here to the Pacific Northwest. That's right. I told my guy Tank on Instagram, holla at your boy once you get up here to Seattle. Ain't no love lost, because Tank went and got him a big old bag in Seattle. Talk to me about your boy Tank. Kelz, is he your boo too? You gonna cry about Tank?
No, he was one of my boos, but then how money changes people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did he turn into the sugar daddy at like year 10 in the league? He went from your boo to a sugar daddy? That what it was?
No, people just change when they get money. They, so you have to humble yourselves a little bit. To me, I mean, I think he was overpaid.
Definitely. The Cowboys wasn't finna pay him that type of money. I'm surprised he got that too.
Especially when you only, I forgot how many games he was not in service for us for the 2023 season. And
in last season, he barely played hardly 5 games, maybe a day.
Kelz, 8 games on 2023 was 8.
So 8 games, 2023, 2024. He only played 4 games, which brings me to this point right here. He went out in week 4 on the same game that Micah Parsons and some other players went out.
Yep.
Oh, and yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And they sat out for numerous of weeks.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
At this one particular stadium that always caused players problem, because in whatever the week it was that this said team had a home game before they played us, those players went out for several weeks too. I wonder what is up with the turf field at MetLife Stadium.
Well, in other news, we got Josh Ortiz moving the
Hey,
goalposts in the comment section. Hold on right quick. He's saying we're
Josh.
taking all first rounder rejects from other teams while giving up draft picks. We're going 4 and 13. My guy Josh Ortiz, turn on your notifications, baby, and stay tuned with here. We're going to get you charged up on them notifications. Tell them, Kelz, what's going on? Are we really giving up? Are we getting all these first round rejects?
No,
So
guys.
So I'm a whatever I'm going to say, I'm gonna say it now because I have it towards the end of whatever I have to say. So I'm gonna start down and I'm gonna work my way up. So from the Bible of Kelly Collins, these players that we are getting in free agency or trade are bench starting players
Or camp bodies.
or camp bodies.
Camp bodies. Me and BG said that.
A lot of folks don't understand that terminology. Camp bodies. We are signing bodies to a roster. We have a 53-man roster to fill. We got a draft coming up. So for everybody saying, hey, this signing ain't that, this signing ain't, why? Because it ain't Cooper Kupp. Why? Because it ain't this receiver or that receiver or this big name. Y'all know, if you understand and listen to what James Slater has said, and I'm going to throw it back to my girl Kelz. Look, if you don't catch anything on this show today, the Cowboys ain't signing anybody between 6 to 7 APY per year. If you can understand that, you will know now why the Cowboys don't go out and sign free agents on these big deals. I mean, we even let Rico go at $6.25 million to another team because the Dallas Cowboys can get for the cheap in the draft.
Right. So these like I said, these signings are building the bench roster for the starters that we will be bringing into the field, because we have to enter rookie minicamp, OTAs, involuntary minicamp, voluntary minicamp, training camp, between a roster of 95 to 98 men on a team. So to everyone, sit down, drink some water, hydrate, and calm the F down.
Ryan's tapping in, Kelz, and says,
grow a pair of Jerry Jones and a splash of free agent, the same thing every offseason, and it doesn't work. Not enough draft picks to fill all these voids.
What about this word splash? Talk to me about this. Talk to me about this word splash right here, Kelz. Are we expecting to see the Cowboys potentially do any splashing?
Let's leave that up.
Yeah.
Ryan,
I want to correct them. I want to correct them too.
Ryan and Wes, hello, how are you doing? My name is Kelly Collins. I am your Kelz with the intel for all Cowboys news. Jerry Jones is only saying okay. The ones that's really pulling everything in free agency is 50% Will McClay, 50% Charlotte Jones, and Steven Jones. Jerry is taking a backseat to everything. Will McClay, as I stated weeks ago, has 100% control of the draft. Now, to bring it back to this point right here, there are 3 splashers that they are considering getting. One, not all, but one of them, one of the 3, between the end of this week, sometime next week. So like I said, drink some water, hydrate, sit down, and calm the F down.
Warning, warning, warning. The drama queen is in the building. She is telling us that the Dallas Cowboys are about to do some kind of splash. And what does that make you sound? What is that? Is that music to your ears, Charles? The Cowboys potentially could do a splash?
Well, yes, it does. It's exciting to hear that, but like all the fan base is saying, hey, show me. So until it happens, I'm excited to hear that's coming. So I'm waiting to see this, because all these fans that are on our show saying that, oh, we're going to go 4 and 13. Oh, the draft is not enough players to fill our voids. You are not paying close attention. You don't.
What about Joe Tranchina? Look at it. Joe Tranchina says, I don't agree. We are losing starters and we are signing backup players. How you believe we are getting better? Nobody said we're getting better. We have a 53-man roster to fill, people.
Joe, the only true starter that we have lost outside of retirement,
Jordan Lewis,
is Jordan Lewis and Tank.
Okay, well, talk to us then. We're losing so many starters and only signing backups. Joe, come on now. You dug yourself in the hole, baby. We need to
I
hear
don't
from
agree.
you.
We are losing starters and we're signing backup players. How do you believe we are getting better? Oh my God.
But we
Woo!
already
Hey,
okay, move
Joe.
on, because we already
Yeah, keep
said
moving.
that
Keep
these
moving.
signings are bench players. So moving
Right.
on.
Filling voids, guys. Filling voids.
In
That's
other
all we're
news,
doing.
says, I thank y'all for the series. I'm loving the knowledge and the positive vibes. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, we're just trying to make sure, folks, we're not trying
Thank
to
you,
get on people
Sarah.
that don't know. We're all learning this here together. We're sharing this information because everybody believes there's this narrative on the Cowboys, and sure there is. We ain't did shit in 30 years, but we are tracking their every move here this season, y'all. With position predictions going into the draft, we've got a competition coming up that you can participate. So pay attention here. You're going to be able to pick something up. And if you're a disgruntled, pissed off Cowboys fan, you are actually the people that we want to talk to because you've probably been misinformed somewhere, especially because we're signing camp bodies. Not all of these free agents are going to make the roster. Kelz, tell them about a guy named Royce Freeman last year, a running back we signed for like $1 million, and he didn't even touch the field.
Yep.
Technically, he's a camp body. He was a camp body, a practice squad body, training camp body. There was a possibility for him to be a part of the 53-man roster, but he was supposed to be more of like a special teams guy because he is a bruiser back.
I don't know why y'all keep seeing me flip around. I'm sorry. Every time I go to a comment, it flips pictures here on us, the positions. But Ryan says D-Law was never on the field much the last couple of seasons. Who you think we draft first? You think? Well, that's the big major question here. Are we still sticking with running back now that we lost Rico today? Kelz, tell me what's your intel's telling us on where the Cowboys may potentially go between the first and second round.
Okay, so like I said, I'm working back. I'm working.
Yeah. No, we're going through the crowd. I know. Just keep up with me, girl. I'm sorry. I know.
Yeah.
I'm working. No, because I'm looking at the comments that's coming in. So whatever I have, if anybody knows anything about me, I take a lot of notes and I read from my notes because I need, Anyway, so with everything that has happened since Monday when the legal tampering happened, and we've lost J. Lou, now we have a boundary and a nickel concern to address at QB. With the free agency signings, right now I see cornerback and defensive tackle has quickly accelerated, and I can see us going there at pick 12.
Cornerback
Or
defensive back.
So,
Ooh, what?
but like I said, like weeks ago, this pick 12 can blow a lot of stuff out of the water, because if Genty is there, I still say go best player available if he's there. But right now, Vegas has come into play because they don't have to draft up to get him, because they're at a solid spot. I think they're at 6
10?
or 7.
Talk about Vegas?
Yeah, where's Vegas?
Oh, 6. They're at 6. Oakland Raiders are at 6.
So they're at 6. So they don't have to move up.
No.
They could get Genty right then and there.
Correct.
Chicago is in play.
They're in 10, yes.
The Saints are in play for
a running back. Correct.
Carolina is
in running back. Correct.
And
okay.
I can't see us drafting up, because that will take more premium draft capital to get, and the Cowboys do not want to play Russian roulette with that. That's why I said that they are open to trading back to hopefully get an 11th pick, because we only had 10 picks. And those draft picks came out early this morning. But then it changed right after the Kenneth Murray trade. So the draft order numbers have changed just slightly, not much, but we still have 10 picks. So if we can trade down in the with the team to pick up their 4th round pick for this year, I can see us doing that instead of trading up to lose premium draft capital for this year and next year.
Well, there's the new draft order right there. That is with all of the latest changes. That has changed too as of today. Kelz, thank you for staying on top of that. Sarah's saying any intel on Parsons, and I think she's maybe saying, because the next domino to fall is because we got Cavante Turpin signed, we got Osa signed. Now the biggest domino is looking at Micah Parsons, and I think that is a great segue. What are you hearing about Micah? What is new? What is going on in that department?
All right, so right now, hold on, I'm pulling up. Well, right now he's chilling in Dubai with some of his draft classmates.
Right.
On vacation. So right now,
he wasn't out there with Playmaker in Brazil, was he?
No,
he wasn't. He wasn't like.
Did y'all see Playmaker? Did y'all see Playmaker in Brazil?
Listen, I wish I was in Brazil for Carnival. I want to go to Carnival.
I'm just saying, Brazil. Michael was out there in full attire and everything.
Michael was getting down.
Because Carnival is going on, because Carnival in Brazil happens right after Mardi Gras.
Right.
So, yeah, I want to go to Brazil full Carnival. All right,
let's go.
So here we go. Cap space. We actively currently have 53,609,648 million in cap space. In the active cap spending, we have 231,744,752, and we have 20,725. Wait a minute, hold on. 20,725,931 in dead money. So if they restructure and extend Micah contract, like we said a couple of weeks ago, that will leave $18 million in cap space. Right now, it's not a necessity to get that extra 18 million because we're not pressing right now. So his deal can get done between now until it's time for us to go to training camp.
Got you. So we got a draft mock simulator up here. I already got the first 11 gone. GT is gone. So you have spoke that into existence. We've got BPA here on the board. Your boo Tet is there. So are we going to do a splash and take a cornerback over Tet, or is we going to take Tet if we get in a Tet situation? Kelz, talk to me.
We're going to
get T-Mac.
T baby T all day long. Why
because you're looking at all of the cornerbacks. Will Johnson there. Oh, Michigan product. How many of y'all want a Will Johnson from Michigan?
No.
That's about it, huh? So we'll take Tet off the board at pick 12 and we'll keep going. How about the news about re-signing Cavante Turpin? I know that was another big domino that had to fall, and I was happy that the Cowboys didn't kick that can further down the road. Tell us about your boo, Cavante Turpin.
Sorry, Bones, but you're not getting those special teamers right now. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I was looking for. I think you had a picture? There go the picture with Cavante, right? There we go. We got it.
Yeah, I didn't like the picture that the NFL posted, so I had to correct.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that was a key signing. And, selectively aggressive means being selectively aggressive with our free agents because he had a second round tender placed on him, which means teams could pay him the money. We could have lost him, got another draft pick back in place, but the Cowboys were really proactive in getting him re-signed.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
They took the second year tender off.
Oh, is that right?
They just went on ahead. They just went on ahead and did it. So
they say, hey, we done. We're just gonna re-sign you because we know you're the best in the game.
Mm-hmm. They took the second year tender off.
What's your thoughts on that, Charles? About hearing the second round tender coming off? That's pretty good. That's being selectively aggressive, if you ask me.
Cavante Turpin was part of our off-season plans anyways. Okay, he was number one on the board, and I knew this was going to get done. But I was really excited that they re-signed him. Is definitely news that he is the best in the business, and he's a weapon for our team. And I love the guy. So for what he's done in Dallas and where he came from, he's worked his ass off to get where he's at. And I love seeing him on the field.
Well, I'm just glad that was put to rest because me and Charles, we kind of had this little theory going behind the scenes that if Tennessee were to try to pluck Turpin from the Dallas Cowboys, maybe Jerry should get involved with trading for a first-round pick because y'all know that scenario that Mike Florio from NBC was talking about from some dude he heard on the street that the Dallas Cowboys were one of the 8 teams that called Tennessee for that. I'm glad we put that to rest because now that biggest domino we're waiting on is how long is it going to take for the Dallas Cowboys to take care of Micah Parsons. So, Kelz, tell us, what are you hearing about any news on the intel on Micah's deal? I know talks have started. There's been some initial, I think, back and forth maybe with his agent, or what's going on there after the initial talks have opened up with Parsons?
It's still in talks, but like I said, we're not pressing.
So he's not at risk of being traded because there's some folks, shout out to my girl Prototype, saying is he available? His team's going to be able to get to him? No, things like that. There's a lot of fake news out there.
Because I'm reading Sarah's and my sis V Reese question because it's kind of together. They both, the teams, just already decided to exercise their 5th-year options already. So they're under their 5th-year options. I forgot how much Tyler is going to be making this year, but I know Parsons is getting $24 million. And that's not against the cap. Yeah.
So Tennessee, our little Tennessee conspiracy is gone. Charles, are you happy about the possibility we're going to retain? Because there's been a lot of talk out there about Micah being traded.
But but that whole thing was stupid though, because how you want to trade your first-round pick
for a guy you haven't even drafted yet?
For a guy you haven't drafted.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes about as much sense as Mike Florio saying he got it from some dude off the street. He never cited his source.
That's why we said, hey, let's think about it. Let's sleep on this for 24 hours. And when Mike Florio, because he couldn't cite the source.
I'm starting to think maybe Mike Florio's college degree might be bullshit because if you went to college and you wrote papers, you know you need to cite your sources. So let us know where you get that information because that's really leading a lot of folks along the way, like Adam Scheffner, per source.
I didn't have to sleep on that because I'm like, you have the first-round pick. You're looking at Abdul Carter, so why are you trading for Micah? I'm like, that's stupid. But continue.
My girl says, I got a lot of DMs from Lions fans. So I want to know, look, that was last year with the Eagles fans. Remember last year when all Eagles fans thought that Micah was going to get traded to the Cowboys because he's from Philadelphia? I mean, come on. Leave them little kitty cat fans alone out there, Sarah. But yeah, getting back to the free agency stuff, what's some other new names? What's some other news that we got? I know we had, how many total free agents have we signed so far?
7.
Kelz, do you have that number right off top?
7.
7, and that's including our own like Turpin and those guys? Mm-hmm. And we've let how many total get away? We let Jordan Lewis go. We now let Rico Dowdle has gone. Who else has gone to another?
DeMarcus Lawrence is gone.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Okay. So 3 starters there. 3 starters out of 7. So camp bodies, if you've never heard that term here before, you got to understand we got a roster to fill. Now, y'all know, if you know you've not just been hanging around football, you know when we get into camp, we got about 80 or 90 people. 80 to 90 people on the roster trying to make the roster. You ever heard where we try to cut down the 53-man roster and predict who is going to make that roster? Well, a lot of these holes have got to get filled. I'm just happy that it's happening now in the first 48 and us not waiting until the last minute because
we also lost Chauncey Golston as well.
Yeah, we lost
Chauncey Golston. We also lost Chuma.
So 4 starters.
Adoga. I didn't pronounce his name right. Is it Adoga?
Chuma really wasn't like a top.
No, he wasn't. But I'm just listing players that we lost in free agency. Yeah, we lost him as well.
James Beatty's tapping in, and I got some film on that. We can take a look at him real quick. A lot of folks are trying to understand why did we sign the running back Javonte Williams. He says I can't remember his name, but that running back from Iowa is a beast, and he's got breakaway speed. Unless you're talking about the draft, but we did sign a guy named Javonte Williams. And I shared some film on there for y'all to be able to look at. So if you're just tapping in and haven't seen that yet, he scored 2 touchdowns against the Saints last season. And here's a little bit of some of those highlights right quick. And then we'll talk about the running back situation and some more of the free agency stuff that's going on with the Dallas Cowboys.
Sutton eventually will get involved up at the top. They'll move him around.
Put Burton in at fullback. He'll help lead the way. Williams breaking tackles, and he picks up.
Looks like he's running pretty strong there.
No huddle, pick up the pace early in the game.
Got hands, he can catch.
Fired, caught, 30
take a hit.
Line, taken down there.
See how they respond tonight.
Can y'all hear it on that end?
McLaughlin both in the back.
Yeah.
Scanned it off and taking it to the 37-yard line.
And then that's when his ball ends up being a perfectly thrown football.
2nd and 6 through the middle. Big hole exploiting.
He got a little speed there. He got a little speed on him still.
38-yard line. Sutton has not even been targeted to this point. 2nd and 6. Play action, screen. Nice block there. There goes Williams. Halfway through the second quarter.
Here we go. Get some pay dirt. There we go.
Wide open. Yeah, Javante.
There's one of the touchdowns. But there's a quick look at the running back that we just signed from the Denver Broncos. Everybody's like, who is this guy? He is slow. Let's look at some of these comments that are coming in.
I have some info on him.
Okay. Because some of the comments that we got on, he's freaking slow.
No, he's not.
All right, so I just sent you something in your Instagram DM that you could pull up real quick. So Javante Williams, he was let me see. He was on the Cowboys draft board in 2021. I did talk to some people that I know on that's in the Denver Broncos community. Javante Williams was the hype in Denver. Melvin Gordon, he had a lot of drops.
Who's the running back in Denver? I mean, they let this guy get away if he's such a great pickup for us, because there's always a reason why they let a guy go. Who's the running back in Denver?
I'm gonna get into that.
He got injured. BG.
Come on.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get into that.
Shock it to me, girl. Come on now.
I'm getting ready to do it now. If you was cutting me off, bro.
Yeah. Well, come on.
So Melvin Gordon had a lot of drops. Enters Williams, and he did not. He has great tunnel vision. He is a blocking, violent, and physical running.
Yes,
mover.
James.
He has strong legs, yak ability. He almost hit 1,000 yards. He almost hit the 1,000-yard mark prior to his ACL injury in 2022. Staying in Denver was not suitable for him, even with the shaky O-line, but still decent. Bo Nix is a gunslinger, and their philosophy changed from running to passing, which resulted in last year's yardage decline.
There we go. James Beatty says, wasn't Williams injured last year? But I like that we picked him up.
No.
Yes.
He was injured in
2022
with the ACL injury.
Yes.
He came back to 2023 injury. He had 217 attempts, 774 yards. His average was 3.6 carries, and he came back off of the ACL with 3 touchdowns. Last year, he had 139 attempts. This was the decline. 513 yards.
But they had a change in offensive philosophy too, as well. You said, right? So that contributed to his decline in numbers. So essentially, we got a serviceable guy that's ready to play game one.
And he still had 4 touchdowns.
Okay, and he had 4 touchdowns. What do you think about this signing, Javante Williams? For folks that say, he was injured before, and he's a former this and a former that. He's Jerry Jones dumpster diving.
BG, it's another body that fills a void and a hole for our team. It's that simple, right?
Tell them about Royce Freeman. This is jog everybody's memory. Last year, a guy named. If you remember Royce Freeman, say yes in the comments.
Listen, Royce Freeman got a $1 million contract, and he never stepped on the field for Dallas, but he filled a hole in a void, guys, okay? Keep that in mind. Javante Williams was injured prior, but he's coming back in Dallas, and the people that know him personally says he has a burst of speed, and that's what this is what Dallas is looking at. Can he bring that speed here to Dallas, and can he resemble that speed against in his career? If he does, we hit the jackpot with a signing that we paid no money.
Hey, we paid him what, $3 million? We just saved $3.25 million by letting Rico go. So I mean, you got to look at the books too.
And that thing that I sent you that was text to me by Tommy. So Shotty said at the combine that he was looking for running backs that can break arm tackles and catch out of the backfield. Javante Williams can can break arm tackles and catch out of the backfield. He has 134 missed tackles, 100. This is combined for the 4 years. 1,777 yards after contact, 966 reception yards, and that's a career high of 346 in 2024.
So talk to me, Kelz. Do we still have Hunter Lipke, Deuce Vaughn, and Malik Harris on paperwork?
Malik
And how's that
Davis.
going to work now with Javonte Williams?
Malik Davis.
Malik Davis.
Sorry, thank you.
Is a practice squad body.
So we got Hunter and Deuce on the paperwork, right? We got them on the contract for this year.
Right.
So that means adding Javonte is 3, because we normally carry about how many? 4 running backs on the active roster? And so that means we could draft 1 to 2 running backs. And that means if we draft 2 stellar running backs in this draft, even though we signed a guy and paid him $3 million, it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to make the team, because he could get beat out at camp. So again, if you've never heard the term camp bodies before, a lot of these folks we sign in are camp bodies. And we use Royce Freeman as an example because of the running back situation. Everybody's up in arms about Javonte Williams. Look, Cowboy fans are pissed off when we don't do anything, and y'all are pissed off when we do something. So pick a side and stay on it, if you know what I mean.
Right. And if you don't mind, what was given to me, I do have Javonte Williams draft card from the Cowboys. I sent that to
He ran his 40 time. He ran at 4.57 in the 40-yard dash. Okay.
Yes.
And he was from UNC. He was on Dallas's draft board. Okay. This guy has burst of speed. They say he resembles Nick Chubb, and Aaron Jones is a running back. So compared to this guy. So look, guys, Cam Scatterbu, or however you spell his last name, Cowboys can pick him up in the draft. Yes, Cam Scatterbu is a late 3rd round pick. If he's available,
is he on the Cowboys draft? But is he on the Cowboys draft board?
Yes, he's on our draft.
Is,
okay.
but if all else fails, like if Junkins is gone, Henderson is gone, but he's still there, let's pull him.
Thomas says you got a new nickname. It's called Sir Charles. It ain't
Sir
Charles. Sir Charles.
I like that, Thomas. Sir Charles. That's right. There you go.
And if you want a good resemblance as far as Javonte Williams to a Cowboys running back, think Marion the Barbarian Barber.
Yeah.
So if we were to do the starting lineup right now, Javonte Williams will be your RB1. Deuce Vaughn will be your RB2. Hunter Lipke will be your flex, fullback, and running back.
Right.
Well, how about this? I want to get y'all's reactions off of this. The Cowboys have not signed a free agent over $6 million per year in free agency since Greg Hardy in 2015. I know we talked about that here, but since we've talked about it, we're talking about free agency again. You got to understand how the Cowboys operate. So we bring this up to drive a point. It says the salary cap has increased by $135 million since then. So, Kelz, what is it with the Dallas Cowboys always in the bargain bin at the dollar store when it comes to the free agent?
I'm going to tell y'all right now, y'all wanted us to do something in free agency. We're doing something. So it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. What I can say is I am glad that we are not overspending this year, because if you look at some of these players from other teams that is getting money, I'm going to be honest with you. They are paying tier 1 money to tier 2 players.
Yep. They're overpaying themselves, is what they're doing.
Overpaying.
Guys, they're using the market, guys, is what happened. The cap space increased. The players jump in and say, hey, let's get paid, guys. They're overpaying for players.
And normally everybody on the first day is getting overpaid in free agency while everybody's complaining about the Cowboys.
Why didn't you sign this guy? Why didn't you sign this guy, Dallas? Why didn't you do this, Jerry? What are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. 30 years. We ain't been in the playoffs. All that shit, but you guys are not paying close attention of why we're not signing these players. And if you really pay close attention, Dallas is not in that bad of a shape compared to the Eagles or the
Oh,
49ers or the Giants.
Eagle fans have gone missing. I think Eagle fans are on the Eagle on a missing milk cart around here because they are taking hits as well as the 49ers. So if you want to look at other teams and what they're not doing, how about if the Dallas Cowboys were continually losing free agents, but we weren't filling those bodies back up? Because that's essentially kind of what happened to us last season.
Correct.
But remember when we did the cap space, the cap space show? Didn't I say that Philly,
You did.
Philly, ain't going to be
none of those teams, San Francisco and the Eagles, will not be the same team they were last year.
And they
by
got
far.
lost 7 players. They lost to Philadelphia.
Only team is really maybe the Commanders have gotten better because they went and got Debo and they've done some other players and things like that. I was glad. I was glad that Tank didn't go to the Commanders because if Tank would have went to the Commanders, I would have had a problem with that.
I would have been pissed.
But see, the thing is, Tank doesn't have and that's another thing that a lot of us need to look at. And I'm not only talking about Cowboy fans. I'm just talking about fans in general. Because I'm gonna use an example because my cousin was going off. We should have got Leonard. What's his name? Leonard Floyd.
Floyd.
Yeah.
From San Francisco, they went to Atlanta, signed $1 million, 1 year contract for $10 million.
Right. And see this, and I say this to say, sometimes it's okay. Okay, so he was released. He's a free agent. Whatever.
He's 32 years old, Kelz. He's old, baby. But he's not within the APY of Dallas. Too much money.
But let me finish what I'm saying though. Regardless of age,
right?
Sometimes you have to take in the fact that just because they're released and we do have money, we should get them. Sometimes fans have to consider: do the player actually want to go to said team?
Do they want to come to Dallas? That's the question they should ask.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not only saying Dallas. I'm just talking about wherever.
Right.
To said team.
Well, let me ask you this question, Kelz. Does Cooper Kupp want to come to Dallas?
Yes.
No. Do we know for a fact Cooper Kupp has said he wants to come to Dallas?
BG, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Put the pieces together. Do you know who?
No. Has Cooper Kupp came out and said he wants to go to Dallas?
No, he has never said.
But there's pieces to the pie.
No. Then why the fuck is Adam Schefter saying his best likely landing spot is the Dallas Cowboys for Cooper Kupp?
Because
BG, of Junior Adams.
Junior Adams, and hold on, Kelz.
They're drawing on the Junior Adams thing. Okay.
Who played in Dallas Cowboys? Who used to play in Dallas Cowboys that's connected to Cooper Kupp? Who is it?
Oh, come on, man. We're going to do an Ancestry.com to show why guys could get signed in Dallas or what?
That's the connection, though, BG.
Yeah, but see, that's what a lot of people keep relying on too. That people should not.
I agree, but there's a connection there.
Because
just because the connection is there don't mean it's going to happen. I mean, Derrick Henry lived in Dallas last year and nobody called him.
I know. Well, and we know why that didn't happen, BG.
No. And let's be real. Like I said, sometimes we have to take in the fact that there's also another moving piece to it. Do the player want to go to said team? Because you also have to look at. No,
but we don't know that Cooper Kupp wants to come to Dallas. So why are we putting him in trade talk scenarios?
Right, but see, I say this all to say that this is Leonard Floyd's last year. He's going back home to Atlanta to play for his home team, and that's where he's going to retire.
I'm gonna put this out there for all Cowboys and everybody. Cooper Kupp, his father Craig played quarterback for the Cowboys in 1991, and his grandfather Jake was an offensive line for the Cowboys in 1964 to 65. So there's the connection.
Hey, I just need to know if Cooper Kupp can come out and say he want to come to the Cowboys, then I'll buy it. Until then, the Dallas Cowboys re-signed their long snappers Trent Sieg to a 3-year deal. I know a lot of people was upset about that, but hey, man, we need us a fucking long snapper. Who else is going to snap the ball around here? We got to pay the long snapper, right, Kelz?
That's familiarity right there.
And here's the thing. He is a bones fossil. So what I can say is that our special teams battery pack is intact. So we have Anger, we have Sig, and we have Butter.
We got the best. I think we got the best special teams hand down in the NFL. And if you agree, do me a favor, just like and share this video right quick. Let us know where we got the best running back. We got the best guy that can run back kickoffs and punts. We got the best kicker that can kick a 70-fucking-yard field goal if we need to. And you know what I'm saying? Now we got our long snapper, Trent Seaback. So let's give it up for the trifecta in the special teams because special teams matter. I mean, we could be bitching we ain't got nobody on special teams. We got probably the best special teams in the league. What do you think, Charles?
Proof's in the pudding.
Kelz, what you think? You think we got the best special teams unit in the league?
Yeah, because right now we've signed five top players that Bones Fossil brought in. CJ Goodwin.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's 6. I take that back.
Six, Kelz, yeah, 6.
CJ Goodwin, Wanye Thomas, Cavante Turpin, and our battery packs. Butter, Sig, and
6.
There you go. You got it. Well, if you're just tapping in, you're going to want to raise the bar with us here because after today's show with free agency and especially the running back news, I'm still sticking to my guns with the 2 running back scenario, but we got a competition going on. Out of the 10 picks that are available, how many running backs do you think the Cowboys are going to draft? And so we're going to have this entire draft challenge that's coming up. I know I got 11 picks on here, I think, but there should be only 10. So make sure you raise the bar. I'm going to put that link in the comments. I'll just throw it back to y'all just a second. Let me get this plug in for the Patreon right quick. Patreon helps support the show here. Patreon, make sure we got all of the tools we need. That way y'all can tap in here. We're teaching folks all about the draft. You're learning about tools like the NFL mock draft simulator, which we're going to get back to here very shortly. So make sure you get your Raise the Bar membership in the comments. I'm going to place that link. Why? Because the winner is actually going to win a prize. That's right. You're going to win the Star Draft Guide from the Dallas Cowboys, the 2025 Star Draft Guide. So who is going to be the draft king or the draft queen? So that link is now in the comments. You can check it out. And let me throw it back over to my girl, Kelz.
And we got, I think, 3 more to talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Solomon Thomas, Peyton Turner, all the trades.
Let's say
who do you want to talk about, Kelz?
Let's talk about Rob Jones.
Robert Jones, Miami, offensive tackle.
So he's going to be coming in. Like I said, he's adding to our offensive line depth roster. He is a flex guard, which means he could play left and right guard. He plays with good power and strength. He's seesaw. So when he's on, he's on. When he's off, he's off. That's all I got on him. But what I can say is I'm happy to see Awesome Richards, who we have, to go in as our swing tackle.
Well, I mean, it looks like we're not going to, I mean, now it's like how many offensive linemen are we going to draft because we're signing bodies and stuff like this. Thank you, James Beatty, for those stars coming in, 200 stars and 1,000 stars. Thank you, Prototype, for donating those stars here. I got my phone up, so I'm trying to track over there because I can't see on the interface here. But, yeah, I mean, offensive lineman movement because everybody's still screaming up and down. Sorry about that. Everybody's still screaming up and down. We need to go draft offensive linemen. We don't need no running back. We don't need no Ashton GT. We need O-line after we drafted 3 of them last year.
So pull up the upcurrent draft thing.
What you want to talk about? You want to talk about the draft picks, updated draft picks?
Yeah, the updated draft pick.
I got you. There we go.
Okay, guys. So if you look at this right now, I don't see us using our first 3 picks for O-line. I could see us using
5th round, 170, 171, 174, 204 is where I see us getting a
right.
For.
Yes. So one thing that we have said before about the draft picks, our compensatory picks, that's where we spend the money because those are those compensatory picks are picks that we've lost from last year.
Kelz, we want to go over that to the fans.
We lost starting players.
Yeah, we want.
Yeah, because we came in. Let's talk about this real quick because me and Charles are talking about that thing. I'm not trying to interrupt you, Charles, but I know exactly where you're going.
Yep.
Okay, we came in with 6 draft picks this year, and then we got 4 compensatory picks added, so we got a total of 10, right?
Right.
Correct.
So how are we determine how many draft picks we get initially before we get a compensatory pick? Because
So
1 year ago we had 8 total picks. This year we got
So-
10 picks.
So okay, so go back to it again. So the ones that you don't see any explanation about, these are the ones that are awarded by the league. So each team gets anywhere between 5 to 6 picks.
I got the whole breakdown, Kelz. Let me speak about it.
What compensatory picks?
Yeah, I got all of it right here. So basically, the breakdown is compensatory picks are exactly the picks awarded to the teams as compensation for free agents lost in the year prior with the goal of trying to maintain competitive balance. There's a complex formula that determines which contract qualifies and which one does not. The NFL refuses to divulge, but they will try to give one over on how the Cowboys get 4 compensatory picks this year. The size of the contract earned by the free agent being lost by the Cowboys is a major determination factor, and the biggest one actually is in who hits the qualifier as a potential compensatory pick, which means you can throw out any 1-year veteran minimum deals from the equation. These contracts that Dallas had the year prior was Tyron Smith, $12.5 million APY, 5th round. Dorrance Armstrong, $11.45 million APY, 5th round pick. Tyler Biadasz, $9.75 million APY, 5th round. And then you had Tony Pollard, $7.25 million APY, which is a 5th round. And then Dante Fowler had a $3.25 million APY, 6th round. The formula is also based upon salary percentile and not simply APY for the purposes of illustrating the merchants of it, and the API serves as a more reliable and still accurate measuring stick. To this point, take a look at the players above who departure in 2023 free agency spree earned a compensatory pick in Dallas. The APY is the average per year for each and the corresponding pick awarded. It also is a key note that although defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins also left and to join Aiden Durod, I didn't pronounce his name right.
So basically, it's just a system set up in the league to fluctuate picks, so that way teams can stay competitive, but also not be broken to bank, and they can manipulate the salary cap and shit like that.
Well, I also want to make a note too. This is not something that was freely given to Dallas. It's given based off of the free agents the year prior.
That's why they call them compensatory picks, right, Kelz?
Yes.
Because we're gonna get some compensation.
Yep.
So who else did we miss? I think, did we cover everybody? Did we have anybody else we missed? Out of those 7 free agents that we re-signed.
We got more. Solomon Thomas, Peyton Turner.
Oh, we're going to talk about Sully. You want to talk about Sully?
Yeah, we can talk about Sully real quick.
Sully T.
Yeah. So Sully is not breaking the bank. He was signed to a 2-year deal, approximately $8 million max. So he gets $4 million this year and $4 million next year. He is a ex first round pick, and he is reuniting with Aaron Whitecotton, who is one of our new coaches, and he's from Texas.
Familiarity sounds like to me. Whitecotton move.
So this
this sounds good because it looks like the coaches that we've gotten are reaching out to people that they know and leveraging skill set was people that they think are going to bring some value to this team, like a guy named Sully T.
Right. So this is, so that's his nickname, Sully T. He did just posted a welcome video on the Cowboys social media outlets. So this is a win to Whitecotton. He is a massive 3-tech, and his run defense is solid, very disruptive. He can penetrate the line in pass rushing. He will be rotational for Osa in sub packages. So help is coming in the middle.
But that was depth at the DT position, right? We needed that.
Yeah. So but
which we won't have to address in the draft, which
he is nice. James. Yes, he is James. He also was a 2023 Walter Payton finalist for the Walter Payton Award as well in 2023.
Right. So like I said, he will be rotational a rotational piece for Osa and sub packages. In 2023, him alongside Dak Prescott wore custom cleats to bring awareness to suicide prevention. When we played them, that season. Dak Prescott, as you know, Dak Prescott lost his brother to suicide, and Sully T lost his sister as well to suicide. Their cleats included emergency numbers that you can reach out to as well. So don't be surprised seeing them link up around the DFW Metroplex doing workshops, fundraisers, etc.
Couple mental health bros.
And
That's what it sounds like to me.
In suicide prevention and mental health advocacy. The good thing about this is he was waiting for the Cowboys to call. He wanted to be here, so consider this a full circle moment.
Well, familiarity there. And in other news, the Dallas Cowboys are signing. Hey, where'd that guy go in the comments say, all we do is sign fucking dumpster fire former first round picks, first round defensive end Peyton Turner for a 3-year deal worth $3 million per Todd Archer. Kelz, what do you know about that guy from the boot down there?
So I did post.
This is the guy I'm excited about.
So I did post a video of both Sully T and Peyton in the OAT group. So he also signed a 1-year deal. He is a former first round pick of the Saints in 2021. Injuries did hurt his development, but not to the point where everyone keeps saying, oh, he's always hurt. He's a hurt player. He had a shoulder injury that took him out a couple of games, but he came back like it was no problem. And last year he had a turf toe injury. But he had 2 sacks, 4 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, and he played 16 games out of the 17.
That's important to know because he's serviceable. He's serviceable. What's your thoughts on him? What's your thoughts on Peyton Turner there?
This guy here, I'm really excited about. I want to see bringing out that first round talent here in Dallas. He's 6'6", 280. He's a big dude on our defense, whatever, and that's what I like, big guys. So this guy's tall. He can put his hands up, block the pass. I like to see what he can do in Dallas, and he's fast. Okay, so that's exciting.
And then to add on to that, he's going to be like a shadow buffer to Mozzie Smith with whatever deficiencies Mozzie Smith has.
More depth, what it sounds like to me. I like a lot of these signings are depth. And speaking of depth, it looks like the roster got deeper at the CSA shows. You said they've now added Zach Martin to the upcoming CSA shows and Chantilly. Kelz, talk to us about it.
Yes, so we're coming up with the CSA show. So it's going to be on Saturday, April 5th. From 9 to 5. You do have to pay a separate venue admission fee, which is $15, and then you could pay for whatever players you want. Pictures, autographs, they do vary per player. They do have Emmitt Smith coming. Oh, wait a minute. I was reading the thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So yeah, Emmitt Smith is going to be there. Dak Prescott's going to be there. Danny White's going to be there. Michael Irvin, like I said, they did add Zach Martin. Butter is going to be there. Luke Schoonmaker is going to be there. CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons. So if you see the Fanatics exclusive that I tagged onto that, that's because they are first round picks and they have a rookie contract with exclusive, which is why you see Micah Parsons with a podcast, because that's entitled and tagged into his rookie contract.
What you think about them CSA shows? Whose autograph are you wanting to get most out there, Charles, when it comes to all them Cowboys?
You know, my favorite player, Micah Parsons. I want to see him in person, but I'm excited to get Zach Martin and Michael Irvin as well.
Well, that's kind of did we catch everybody in recap? Have we recapped on everybody or no? Did we miss anybody?
We didn't talk about Kenneth Murray. We forgot about Kenneth Murray, Jack Sanborn, and
damn, we got that many people. I thought we covered all them.
Nope, we didn't. We forgot about those guys.
All right, let me get to Sanborn. I think I got him here.
And Kair Elam, cornerback from Buffalo, trade. Another first round talent, first round pick. Kenneth Murray, first round pick.
Well, talk to us about Sanborn.
Jack Sanborn, familiarity. Matt Effortless in Chicago, 1-year deals. 24 years old. He's 6'2", 234. University of Wisconsin. Been in the league for 3 years. This is the depth chart of bringing depth to Dallas and familiarity with our defense.
And if you're missing all of this, or maybe you're tapping in late, you're like, oh, I missed the show, I'm in late. That's all cool. Just use hashtag replay. You can go check all the timeline, all of these posts that I'm pulling up on the timeline here on Built Different Groups, so you can check them out. Kelz, talk to me a little bit about this Sanborn guy. Looks like it's a pretty good addition there, especially with the Eberflus familiarity.
Yeah, he is a Flus guy. And he's also reuniting with Dave
Borganza. How you say his name? Is it Borganza?
I'm gonna find out. Trust me, I'm gonna find out how to say his name.
How do you say his name?
Borganzi. Come on.
He's leaving Chicago.
Are you Fugazi?
He is leaving Chicago with 164 tackles, 14 for loss. And what I can say about him is Chicago is livid right now.
They're mad they let their guy go. Is that what it is?
He's consistent, though. Do you see the production at this guy? He's productive. That's what I kept saying to you, BG. Bring productive players to our defense.
Yeah, we need people that can come in the game, especially like these draft picks that we're getting ready to get on. We need at least 6 or 7 of these guys out of the 10 to come in and give contributions. Now let's flip it over to the Titans, where our former special teams coach John Fassel went to John Bone Fassel that Kelz has been talking about. We did a trade swap today. I think there was a little bit of a mix-up. Can we get this clear here tonight? What took place with the Dallas Cowboys and the Tennessee Titans when it comes to this young man right here?
Kenneth Murray, first-round pick in 2020 draft with the Chargers. He was picked number 23. He's 26 years old, from the University of Oklahoma, and the boy is from Missouri City, Texas. So he's coming back home. He's a Dallas. He's a Texas guy.
Mo City Don. Where them Zero fans out there? Some of y'all know what I'm talking about.
He's 6'2", 240. We basically gave up our 6th-round pick, 188 overall, to Tennessee Titans, and we received a 7th-round pick, which is number 239.
And I think that's what Kelz, that reflects on what you sent me with the draft picks too, is what?
Right. And to add on to that, he was the team captain in Tennessee. He will be an immediate starter for this year in Dallas. He is accounted for 95 tackles, 3.5 sacks in 14 games last year.
So that's a definite good pickup. Can come in, can give us good impact. And you see Kelz has got us updated right there. You see the compensatory picks added in with the Tennessee swap, says from Tennessee, pick 7 at 239. Thank you for being on top of that. Appreciate that.
All right, I want to make a comment about this too as well, guys. Don't forget about Sam Williams. Sam Williams is coming off an injury.
Oh, hello.
All right, he's coming off an injury, guys. But he was also a 2nd-round pick that we had year prior to that. Okay, so keep in mind, we have Overshawn that's hurt. We need depth here in Dallas for our defense. So this pick here as a linebacker to come in and help us out is going to be vital to our defense, guys.
And I'm going to tell you one thing with Sam Williams coming back. When they moved him to the front 7, I really didn't like, because he caused a lot of penalties. So I'm like, he might end up going back to special teams, which I'm cool with.
But they said he's coming back bigger, stronger, and better. That's what they're saying about this guy.
No, I get that, but I like him better in the special team packages and not the actual front.
Hey, I'll take a Sam Williams healthy on any position out there, because he out there slamming folks. And to have him come back, especially, y'all got to remember we got Demo coming back too. So this addition of Kevin Bradford over there from Tennessee, I mean, we're getting some dogs. Like, we're really getting some bodies in there. We're really not just stuffing holes, but you got to remember all of these free agents are not guaranteed to make the 53-man roster, because when I get down into camp, first week of August, get down in there to the camp. I'm planning to go back out there because my guy Darren Woodson didn't make the Hall of Fame, so I won't be in Canton. So shout out to Woody. Hopefully he makes it there next year. But being at camp, we're going to figure out how we're going to dwindle this 80 to 90 folks down to 53-man roster to take the best. So a lot still to come.
Also, I want everyone to look out for these possible draft options if we do go corner in the 12th. With the 12th pick, Will Johnson, from Michigan.
Don't say it.
Jadab Burton, let me get his name right.
Jadab Barron.
From Texas.
I'll take him all day long, baby.
Kobe Bryant from Kansas. Malachi
Kobe!
From Georgia, Trey Amos from Mississippi.
Ooh, I like him. They ain't picking him in the 12th pick, Kelz. Trey Amos, hell no. Come on, bro.
Azere Thomas, that's Wanye's brother from
Florida
Florida
State.
State.
Yup.
Dante Trader Jordan from Maryland. I will be looking at him at Maryland's Pro Day on the 28th. Also, look for a possible pickup in free agency with Asante Samuel Jr.
What did I tell you, BG? I've been speaking that boy's name.
Asante Samuel.
Jr.
Yeah.
Go get him, Dallas. Please get that boy. He's a playmaker. Yes.
And then one thing I want to say,
Get him.
With Zach Martin retiring and Tank going to Seattle, I have to give a shout out to my boy, Will McClay, because he became the Dallas Assistant Director of Player Personnel in 2014. So he was responsible for the 2014 season when we won, where it was a catch with Dez Bryant, but we're not going to go there. His first ever first round pick was Zach Martin. His second round pick was DeMarcus Lawrence.
Oh, wow.
Starting that year, McClay proceeded to draft all pro players with 7 of his next 8 first round picks. So think for a minute how amazing that is, and put some MF and respect on Will McClay's name.
And as we get ready to wrap it up here, we've been live over an hour. We've been recapping free agency. I think we've recapped pretty much everybody. Did we miss somebody, Charles? You had something to add there? You got your finger up?
We didn't talk about career Elam, cornerback from Buffalo.
Kyer.
Sorry.
Can you say like Kai, like kayak?
Kyer. You could pull up his draft card that the Cowboys sent.
Kyer Elam.
Go ahead.
All right, Kyer Elam, cornerback. Okay, we picked up in a trade with Buffalo. This guy was a first-round pick as well in the 2021 draft by the Saints. No, that's not by the. That was Peyton Turner. I was reading the other one of my notes. Sorry, guys. Sorry. He was a first-round pick as well from the University of Florida. I'm sorry.
Where's that guy in the comments? Here go another former first-round pick.
Yup. Yeah, where's that guy at, by the way? We gave up a 5th-round pick at number 170 to the Buffalo Bills.
Pull up his draft card that I sent you, BG.
Yeah, where's that draft card at?
Your wish is my command. I will pull up it on the gram. Here goes your notes on our guy Kyer. Oh, that's Javonte.
Javonte.
Wrong one. Here we go. Kyer.
Here we go.
This is courtesy of the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to my girl Kelz on getting this from the Intel's sources, y'all.
You want to read it, Kelz?
Go ahead and tell us about this lovely new piece of information you got. Why is this important for everybody to know?
So this is the actual Dallas Cowboys draft card. He was one of their picks that they were looking at as far as a draft prospect as a CB4. Great, like his pros are great length, size, speed for cornerback spot, very physical.
He can come in and take Jay Lu's spot potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially.
So, but he still needs a little bit development. He is a ball hawk, but there's been a couple of times where he got burnt, but not totally burnt.
Well, shit, Trayvon Diggs gets burnt too. And speaking of Trayvon Diggs, before we get out of here, we're talking about
he's 6 foot. He's 6'1", 195. He's 23 years old from Rivera Beach, Florida. He went to University of Florida. Came from a great college, University of Florida. He's still young, guys. So hey, I think that's a great trade.
Well, it's we ain't got to go get him we ain't got to get a rookie in the draft.
And everyone that we have gotten in free agency and trades, they're still in the prime. They're either a year or 2 removed.
Right.
And they're in their early to mid
23, 24.
So is this an example 26. Of the Cowboys buying at the bargain bin and hoping that one of them's going to pop and be a diamond in the rough?
Correct. That's how we always do in Dallas.
Bargain bin.
I went bargain. I would say that.
Well, that's what the guy in the comments said. Did Jerry Jones dumpster fire bargain binning with former first-round picks? Yeah.
He doesn't see the value. He don't see the value in these trades and these picks, and he needs to get educated and follow this team a little bit more closely to make that kind of comment.
Yeah, because there's a bunch of.
Like what we say right now, these are just bench
Camp bodies. Camp
roster.
bodies. Remember
Camp
that word.
bodies.
If you didn't learn anything today, camp
Right.
bodies is the word of the day.
And BG post this up, like what I was saying about Will McClay. This is everybody that is under his belt.
DeMarcus Lawrence, Randy Gregory, Dak Prescott, Jordan Lewis, Tony Pollard, Donovan Wilson, but we forgot Taco up in there too. Taco in there, so is Mozzie. Oh, there we go. Osa, Jake, Duran, DeMarvion, Cooper, Maris. Yeah, the good outweighs the bad. I mean, it's always going to be easy to try to throw rocks at somebody because, that's what everybody's saying. We don't draft Ashton Genie, because he fumbled in the last game.
The reason why you don't see Taco under him because he was not a Will McClay pick. That was Stephen Jones.
That was Catboy. That was Catboy's pick. Taco was Catboy.
Stephen Jones pick.
Yup.
My God, Mark Sanchez says Camp Body is a bargain bin player. Well, you can call him whatever you want to, baby, but Camp Body is just that. And if you understand, a Camp Body may or may not make the team. A former first round may or may not make the team.
Mark Sanchez, let me speak to you, sir. Let me tell you this. These are called depth players that we're adding to the team. We're filling voids in our team, and it's making the team better, regardless if you think it's bargain bin, whatever you want to call it. It's a need, and we're filling needs. It's that simple. Call it what you want.
Can I say something?
All right?
We'll let Kelz end it, and then we out of here because I hear Dandy Don flicking around by the light switch.
Right. Hi, Mark Sanchez. Let me tell you something.
Simple.
Yeah, it's not. It is a camp body. It's not bargain bin because, like I said, I don't know when you tuned into the show, but earlier in the show, I said that you have to go into training camp, mini camp, OTAs with roster enrollment between 95 to 98 players.
There you go, 95 to 98, and then the goal is to get it down to a 53-man roster in Oxnard, baby. That is the goal here. So if you're not happy, that's cool. We still got a draft that's coming up, but this has been the free agency recap on the Cowboys. Not many. My girl Kelz said maybe we might get a splash later next week, at the beginning of next week. So make sure and turn on your notifications.
Kelz, can we say one more thing about the intel on the splash? Is it going to be 1, 2, or 3, or just one?
It's one of the three.
It's one of the three splash. Okay.
So there's a potential splash in the Cowboys' future. You heard it from my girl Kelz with the intels. There's no other show on social media giving you this kind of value here. No. Make sure if you watch this after the fact, you hit like. Make sure you share it. Make sure you use hashtag replay. We want to hear from y'all. We'll see y'all all in the gym on the next episode.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.
You got it.